Hello everyone, welcome to Career Talks program. In this program, we invite student as well as professional to share their experience so that we all can learn from them. And recently CA final के result announced हुई and many of the student from being a CA finalist have now converted into a qualified chartered accountant. So now उनके सामने एक सबसे बड़ा event है ICAI campus placement. That is how to appear in the ICAI campus placement, how to shortlist the companies and how the company shortlists the students and what are the GD techniques and interview preparation tips. So in order to solve all this doubt and to clear all these questions in the regular questions among the student, today I have invited CA Rahul Sharma. He is a chartered accountant and a BCom graduate from St. Xavier's College of 2018 batch. He has done his articleship from Deloitte Haskins and Sales and presently working as an assistant manager at ITC Limited. And he has over a year experience at ITC Limited and he was selected at ITC Limited from the Bangalore campus of held at February 2020 I guess. So
Right.
हम लोग राहुल से समझेंगे कि क्या उन्होंने टेक्निक्स अडॉप्ट की, व्हाट वर द इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चन आस्क्ड फ्रॉम हिम एंड व्हाट आर द जीडी प्रिपरेशन टेक्निक टिप्स एंड टेक्निक्स. So thank you Rahul very much for joining this program and sharing your experience with the student. So before beginning to the questions and answer part, I'll first of all ask from you that what is your experience from being a qualified chartered accountant to as a working professional with more than a work experience of a year. What are the changes observed by you in yourself and आपकी क्या overall experience रही as a professional and as a qualified chartered accountant?
So first of all, I'd like to thank you, Rishabh, for doing such a great initiative of guiding the young chartered accountants and inspiring them to successful paths wherein they can easily see whatever the challenges are being faced by normal every chartered accountant. So it's a great initiative, and thanks for inviting me for sure. So basically, let's go to your question about what were the changes in me in the past 1 year and after basically the qualification of CA and then joining ITC. So first of all, you become more responsible. During the time of articleship days, you weren't that responsible. You were mature enough, and you used to do your job. Uh, Basically you were there for learning experience, but now
Correct.
you are more responsible towards the job. You have to be committed. You have to be totally reportable, accountable for everything. So you have to be mature enough to sustain the level, and plus all the colleagues of yours are at the same level. So I think there is a lot of competition there, and you cannot just back off a little bit from your colleagues. So you have to stay at par. You have to keep moving ahead. So that's the thing I'd like. That's the change which I have seen from the past 1 year after qualifying C.
मतलब in nutshell you can say that पहले हम लोग during our articleship days we were not responsible. एक sense of responsibility उतनी नहीं थी, काम था but एक kind of that attitude नहीं था कि we are overall responsible for those work. But after becoming a qualified chartered accountant, you are now overall responsible for your own work and there are colleagues who are also performing at par or at excellence. So you have to keep up your pace with them. Correct.
Right. And basically उस समय like in articleship days we weren't accountable also. If something happened, all the assistant managers or the deputy managers would be held accountable for anything which had been there. But now, like, it is directly in relation with your job experience and what you are doing on the job. So totally you are accountable for everything and each and everything basically. So I think that's a big change in a young chartered accountant's life. So yeah, we have to cope up with that, and I think everyone will go through it. So it's a normal phase, I think, for everyone.
Correct. Correct. Very well shared. So Rahul, the next question I'd like to ask is, after qualifying the chartered accountancy exam, there is a campus placement by ICAI and off-campus tries we also give in different companies. So आप जब as a qualified किए chartered accountant, so what were the opportunities in front of you with the ICAI campus as well as non-off campus, and how you appeared in those opportunities?
So once I cleared my CA final, so I didn't wait for anything. I started preparing my CV and started forwarding it to each and every person I know. So because we chartered accountants want an opportunity, and that opportunity can come from anywhere. So basically, for that opportunity, you need to be prepared beforehand. Like everyone, whoever clears the CA, they might take a day or two, but no, you have cleared it, you have completed one task, let's move on to another, let's start finding jobs. So that was my total motive to in matlab first step in preparing the CV and forwarding it to the person known. So in that, like Big Fours and other JP Morgans and every other companies which hire you for a controller profile or for audit, so in those, you have an off-campus interviews and you can give it. And if you want to be doing that particular profile, you can totally give the interview and join the companies. But actually, I wasn't much sure about joining the Big Four. Hence, I wanted to explore the opportunities of industry as well. So that's why I waited for the campus, since in the campus only the big companies or the big industries generally come and they hire chartered accountant on the basis of the particular rounds which we'll be discussing later in the video. So I think yeah, that was an opportunity for me that I tried to basically look into a big industry wherein my job profile and job experience will be above par, like above par level. So I think yeah, that was the motive in waiting for the campus and applying for the perfect industry wherein I can improve my basically skills and everything. So yeah, so that was the motive basically.
ऑफ कैंपस में भी अपॉर्चुनिटीज आई एंड एज वेल एज आपने ऑन कैंपस भी आपने देखा कि क्या अपॉर्चुनिटीज आपको मिल सकती है सो दैट यू कैन ज्वाइन एट अ कंपनीज वेयर आप अच्छा परफॉर्म कर पाओ एंड अच्छा आपको रिवॉर्ड भी मिल पाए एंड प्रॉपर एक्सपोजर हो ओवरऑल करेक्ट सो
एग्जैक्टली और ऑफ कैंपस में जनरली मतलब क्या होता है कि big industries don't hire you in off campus. Like obviously there is a fast career website which I think many people know about, wherein they also hold a off campus placement. So there also you can apply and get a chance to go into industries, but that's very limited chance. So that's why off campus mein there is only opportunity which is very limited. Hence one should explore the campus for sure.
ग्रेट सो विश आपका एक तरह से ओवरऑल सजेशन फॉर स्टूडेंट है कि अगर बिग इंडस्ट्री में ज्वाइन करना है लाइक आईटीसी या फिर और भी बड़ी कंपनीज जो पार्टिसिपेट करती है आईसीआई कैंपस में तो ज़्यादा अच्छा चांसेस होता है कि यू कैन गेट थ्रू दोज कंपनी इन दैट कैंपस बट इफ यू वांट टू ज्वाइन एट अ फर्म और से मॉर्गन स्टैनली जेपी मॉर्गन तो या गोल्डमैन सैक्स पर से तो ऑफ कैंपस इंटरव्यूज होती है जिसके थ्रू भी स्टूडेंट थ्रू फॉरवर्डिंग देयर सीवी एंड गिविंग इंटरव्यू दे कैन गेट सेलेक्टेड करेक्ट सो अब नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन आता है स्टूडेंट के
Exactly.
मन
Right.
एंड नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन स्टूडेंट के मन में आता है कि लाइक देयर आर 4 to 5 बिग कैंपस मुंबई दिल्ली देन कोलकाता चेन्नई एंड बैंगलोर सो कौन से कैंपस को दे सेलेक्ट टू अपीयर इन द आईसीआई कैंपस इंटरव्यू so how you what center you selected and how what were the basis of selection of that campus
So basically it was very simple for me, I guess. I worked on the trend analysis part. Basically I got the list of last previous 2 to 3 campus placement list of companies. So I just did a trend analysis wherein I selected I saw which of the companies would I be like to be joining. So in that case Bangalore was a good place wherein some top notch companies like ITC, Britannia, ICICI Bank, and these all companies would have come. So I just did my trend analysis part, and obviously Mumbai and Delhi are a big place wherein good companies definitely come. But the scope of that is very limited, since all the best companies select only 1, 2, or 3 candidates, wherein they basically select the rankers. So I think there the competition is way huge than the campus placement places like Kolkata and Bangalore. So for me the selection criteria was as simple as that. I saw the trend analysis, saw that good companies are going to Bangalore, and I just chose Bangalore for my campus location.
करेक्ट सो गुड कंपनीज मुंबई अच्छी कंपनीज मुंबई एंड दिल्ली भी आती है एज वेल एज बैंगलोर एंड कैलकाटा बट द क्वांटम ऑफ प्रेशर और क्वांटम ऑफ जो आपका सिलेक्शन चांसेस है वो बहुत रिलेटिवली फॉर नॉन रैंकर्स थोड़ा कम हो जाता है एट मुंबई एंड दिल्ली सो यू सिलेक्टेड एट बैंगलोर बिकॉज वहाँ कंपनीज भी रिलेटिवली गुड है एंड द चांसेस ऑफ सिलेक्शन आर ऑल्सो रिलेटिवली गुड फॉर यू करेक्ट
Exactly.
Okay. So, like after you selected Bangalore campus and you filled up the registration form, आप brief में for students आप बता पाओगे कि क्या procedure overall रहती है कि how company select and then you select what is the first cut, second cut and how many companies should the student select at first?
Yeah, sure. So basically, once you apply to the campus portal, therein they ask for many details of regarding your personal accredits and whatever achievements you have done, and related to whatever the work exposure you have obtained during the time of your articleship phase. So after filling the form, there is a time limit for all the companies to shortlist a particular candidate. So in the first case, there may be list of companies which are coming to that particular campus location. They will select the candidates on the basis of their particular whatever the criteria is. Suppose they want first attempt CAs, or a particular company wants CA with limited to 3 attempts. So these are basic criteria, and they shortlist you according to that. So suppose therein a particular person can get shortlisted by n number of companies, be it one, be it two, be it 10, be it 15, whatever number of companies can shortlist him. There is no limit to that. But now the main part comes wherein the student gets a right to select shortlist that particular company for the interview stage. So therein the student gets only 4 opportunities or 4 companies wherein he can select in the shortlisted companies, with the companies which have been which have shortlisted the candidate. So उस केस में क्या होता है कि आपको 4 अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलता है कि आप 4 कैंडिडेट 4 कंपनीज को सिलेक्ट कर सकते हो. So there is a 2 phase round. In the first round, few of the companies can shortlist you, and there is another round after 1 or 2 days wherein few more companies can be added to your list. So what I did was I selected only 2 companies in my first list, that was ITC and Britannia. Meanwhile, in the second list, an addition of ICICI Bank was added to my portfolio, which I selected in the latest stage. So my advice to everyone would be that you select maximum up to 3 companies in the first list, so that if you get a better opportunity in your second list, you can select the fourth company therein, or maybe you can select two and two later on a later stage. So my suggestion would be don't totally exhaust your 4 selection limit at that particular moment. So I gave consent to ITC Britannia and ICICI Bank in my campus, which was in the first list ICICI, ITC and Britannia, and in the second list ICICI Bank. So that was my journey in the whole campus application process.
तो बेसिकली आपका सजेशन है कि हम लोग स्टूडेंट्स को एक स्पेस रखना चाहिए सो दैट अगर लेटर पार्ट में अगर बाकी इंटरव्यूज सेकंड कट या थर्ड कट में सेलेक्ट करती है सो दे कैन गो फॉर दे कैन आल्सो सेलेक्ट दोस कंपनी एंड अपीयर इन दोस इंटरव्यू. अगर वो पहले कट में अपना 4 लिमिट्स एग्जॉस्ट कर लेंगे तो अगर बाद में अगर अच्छी कंपनी सेलेक्ट भी की उन्हें तो दे कैन नॉट अपीयर फॉर द इन द इंटरव्यूज ऑफ दोस कंपनीज. करेक्ट?
Exactly, many companies, like even the good companies, shortlist you in the second round. So like I can give an example. In one of my friends case, ITC didn't shortlist him in the first list. Meanwhile, in the second list, ITC shortlisted him. So I think if you keep that one space or 2 space for your second round shortlisting, you might get a good opportunity there also. So it is totally a valid suggestion. Like if you select 3 companies in the first round, or and leave one space for the second round.
Correct. Okay. So after you selected 4 companies, first Britannia, ITC, and then ICICI. So what was the next procedure? Like they asked you to appear for the interview, and what were the overall selection procedure, like GD, PI, and any other test if they have taken from you?
So whatever company select you, when you shortlist them, there is a information column in the particular portal. So if you click on that, you will get all the details of the company, the profile they are allocating you, and the details of GDPI or the written test, whichever they want to conduct, with the specific date and timings. So in all the cases, like in my 3 cases, Britannia was the one which have moved out from the campus on the last day, as they have selected their candidates from the ranker campus. So I had a interview scheduled for ITC on 4th of March. So GD and PI, sorry, I had a group discussion and personal interview set for ITC on 4th of March. So there is a particular time column for every company and particular date for every company. So you will find that all those details in the particular information column, and you can accordingly plan all your interviews as per the dates which have been provided by the companies. So the next step is basically that only ki, you start preparing for the interview. You start preparing for the particular role which you are being allocated, and yeah, then the campus date comes and you have to be prepared for the interview or the group discussion or the written test. In few of the companies, written test is also a criteria. So yeah, you have to be prepared for that.
Correct. So basically, what you are trying to say that information column mentioned होती है and all the profile related details is mentioned in that column, and students should prepare accordingly that what is the work profile and what are the work profile offered to them. Accordingly, they should prepare for the interview because most of the question will be asked on the basis of that work profile as well as on your CV as well.
Yeah, correct.
Correct. So now you went for the GD and PI of ITC Limited, and there you got selected as well. So what was the GD tech? What were the GD topic asked to you, and how many candidates were there sitting in that GD group discussion, and what was your overall experience in that group discussion?
Yeah. So basically, when we went for the group discussion, I think we were divided in a group of 10. Our group discussion had 10 people and 3 moderators. So who would be judging our speaking skills or maybe the other skills which are relevant for the GD, like your hand movement, your posture of sitting and everything. So these all small details are being captured at the group discussion level. So during that time, every one of us were given a case study written on a paper, wherein you had the details of a particular scenario. Like in our case, it was who killed John Francis. So in that case, you have to study the particular case study and you have to identify that who is the culprit who killed that particular man. That was John Francis. So there were 5 to 6 people as per the list, and you have to identify and you have to debate in the whole group discussion that according to you, this particular person is the culprit. And in the last 1 or 2 minutes, you will have to sum up, and the group has to decide one particular culprit who is responsible for killing John Francis. So that was basically our group discussion round, wherein everyone spoke about one particular culprit, and at the end we came into a conclusion that this particular person is a culprit. And on the basis of that, after everything, the moderators judged us on the basis of speaking skills and whatever the hand posture movement was there, or the confidence level or the leadership qualities. So in those cases, the particular moderators judged us and selected 5 of the people from the group discussion. So once the 5 persons were selected, they were set to wait for the personal interview. Meanwhile, the other 5 were allowed to leave.
Correct. Correct.
So that was the process of group discussion.
Correct. So basically, in the group discussion of ITC Limited, there is a case-based question, not a directly topic-related question. They give a case-based related question, and we have to discuss on that case. Basically, they see what is our analysis on that case and what is our overall hand movement, or say our confidence level, or our overall sitting posture, or our flexibility to allow others to speak.
Exactly. So basically, it is not like any normal group discussion wherein you will be given a topic and you start debating, you start fighting with each other. Here you have to work as a group. Here you have to, at the end, you have to conclude with the whole group that yes, but this particular person was the culprit. So this is a totally different experience than whatever the other companies conduct their group discussion. So this is a total different thing.
So, like, what were your what you notice that what the ITC wants and in the candidates when they select the candidates in the group discussion, like ITC Limited क्या देखती है in the candidate while selecting a candidate in the group discussion? So, what were the things you think that help you to get selected in for the PI round?
I think first of all, the thing is whatever you're speaking, you have logic. Like if any person just keeps on blabbering and saying stupid stuff, that won't work. So you have to speak to the point. You have to be logical. Even if you're speaking for a minute, you have to be on point. If you're on point, I think that is the biggest criteria to be selected. Then comes your hand movement, the confidence level with which you're talking. You are giving chance for to other becoming the leader and telling the group that let's decide on this particular culprit. So all these 4 to 5 factors are there which the mentors were judging and giving you rankings on that. So in those cases, 5 of the persons were selected in that particular group discussion out of 10.
Correct. Correct. Now, after selection in the group discussion, the next part was personal interview, and ITC is famous for multiple rounds of interview, I guess. So, what was your experience, and what were the questions asked from you by the interviewers in that personal interview round?
Yeah, so first thing I would like to highlight is that if you want to get into ITC, campus is the easiest route to get in, because if you apply it for off campus, so there will be multiple personal interviews, technical rounds, group discussions, on the basis of which the candidate will be selected. However, if you apply from campus, there is only two rounds. That is the group discussion, which I just talked about, and the personal interview, the core technical round, wherein the only technical questions will be asked from you, and there will be a proper 40 to 50 minutes session. So after that, if you're good to go, they will just announce it in front of you that you are selected and you can join ITC. So that I think applying it in the campus is the easiest way to get into ITC. That is a key takeaway which I found in my whole experience. So if I talk about my personal interview experience, so yeah, obviously it was one of the toughest interviews which I've given till date in my life. To be honest, in that section, basically they just talk. They first of all focus on each and every subject, from accounts to SFM to cost to law to audit. They cover each and every topic. They don't even spare you for any subject. They cover each and every topic. They will ask you questions about your CV, like whatever the work experience you have done. Since I have worked from I've did articleship from Deloitte, I had a few experience of ITC Limited also. Since I did ITC as a client, but ITC was my client, so I used to perform audit for that particular company as well. So in that case, they were also asking me about the questions which I did during my articleship phase. Whatever the areas which I have performed in my audit checks, so they asked me questions on that also. Meanwhile, they ask you question about the application form. So there is an application form which you have to fill before applying, after getting shortlisted, after you give consent to ITC that you will be appearing for the GD or interview. You have to, there is an application form which you have to fill. That is about of 8 to 10 pages. So you have to fill in that. There are many questions which have been asked in that particular application form, and you have to fill it line by line, and give your answers on particular questions. So they will ask you for those application form related questions also. Like suppose there is a question that what was the achievement you did in your internship experience. So you have to give a brief about that achievement, and they might ask you some questions about that achievement. Similarly, they will ask you questions like your strength weakness, wherein you have to identify your strengths and weakness, and they might ask you questions regarding that particular strength or weakness of yours, and will obviously counter question you on whatever the answers you will be providing. So yeah, this personal interview experience was a good one, wherein all the topics, wherein all the scope was covered, and it was a proper session of 40 to 45 minutes, wherein only technical questions were asked, from accounts, from SFM, each and every subject which are covered in the CA final exam. Meanwhile, special focus was given on the application form, of whatever the questions you have filled in the answers. And yeah, then you're good to go. If you're through, they will just inform you in 5 minutes that yeah, you are selected in that particular selected as a candidate of IT.
Correct. So Rahul, can you mention some of the questions like that were asked from you? Maybe you not remember since it's been a year, but still like the toughness of the questions. Just like you mentioned that audit, accounts, law, or SFM. So what were the level of questions that were asked from you?
Actually, the first thing is they will ask you about your favorite subject as usual, and then once you give your favorite subject, they will start asking you questions on that. Like when I spoke about SFM, they started asking me question relating to portfolio and derivatives. So yeah, so they will just ask you about portfolio management or derivatives. Like in my case, they give you a proper analysis of two portfolios and ask you to identify which one is the better one. So like these, they will give you just analytical questions. And similarly, if you move into GST, they will ask you about the recent amendments which are there in the GST, so that they will just test your updation skills, how updated you are in the current scenario. Like because being a CA, you have to be updated in each and every field. So they were testing that skill also. Also, they started asking me about about the accounts, India's 116 leases, because recently I think at that time 116 was a new amendment in the India standards. So they asked me questions about the leases, how accounting is done, and how will you perform the disclosures of India's 116. So yeah, these are the basic questions which I remember they asked me. So you have to be updated. Basically, the key takeaway is that you have to be updated on each and every subject. They might ask you anything, and they will specifically ask you on the on the answers which you are giving them. Like suppose if you give them answers about portfolio management, they will start asking you about that particular subject only, like if portfolio only. So yeah, that is a case for that particular interview.
Correct. So the student need to have the clarity of thought, and they should carefully answer them the favorite subject, because they are going to grill the candidates on the basis of that subject only. And they should be overall updated with the current
Exactly.
amendments or the regulation issued, which are of significant importance. So, what was the work profile offered to you, and what is your overall experience at ITC Limited being as an assistant manager?
So I think there is two type of profiles which are being basically given to a new candidate joining ITC from campus. So one is a business division role, wherein they will post you to a particular business, that is might be foods, might be paper or anything. They might post you to that particular business, and you may start working on the operation part. Meanwhile, the second profile is the internal audit profile, wherein you will get a minimum 3 year exposure on all the businesses, and you will conduct internal audit for each and every operating units of ITC Limited. So I was offered the internal audit profile, and I've been working 1 year in that particular profile only since joining.
So राहुल, एक कंसेप्शन है स्टूडेंट्स के बीच में कि जनरली आईटीसी लिमिटेड हायर्स आर्टिकल्स फ्रॉम बिग फोर ओनली और पर से सीए रैंकर्स. तो क्या आपने ऑब्जर्व किया अपने वर्क प्लेस में कि ओनली सीए रैंकर्स या बिग फोर आर्टिकल्स आर हायर्ड, और दे हायर नॉन सीए रैंकर और नॉन बिग फोर आर्टिकल एज वेल? एंड अगर उन्होंने वैसा हायर किया तो क्या वो जस्ट व्हाट दे वांट टू, व्हाट दे लुक इन द कैंडिडेट्स बिफोर हायरिंग?
No, I think this is a big myth that ITC has only CA rankers or Big Four articles. Like even I am not a CA ranker, and in my office there are many people who have not uh, did their articleship from Big Four. Meanwhile, what ITC wants is only one thing, that is the candidate is suitable for their job profile, and number two is what work experience you have done in an articleship days. So it doesn't matter whether you are doing your articleship from Big Four or on any other mid-sized firm, but your experience should be good. Like you should be covering each and every aspect in that particular articleship days. You would have done stat audits, you would have done internal audits in the mid-sized firms. Since we know that Big Four only selects you for one particular profile. Meanwhile, in mid-sized firm, you can get the exposure of each and everything. So I think, yeah, if you have worked in many sectors and many profiles in your articleship days, I think you are good to go. And if you crack the interview and share your work experience with the interviewees, they will judge you on the basis of your work experience, and they might select you if you are totally suitable for them. So this is a big myth that only Big Four candidates get selected in IT.
Correct, correct. And Rahul, as a last question, what is your suggestion to the newly qualified chartered accountant to get placement in their desirable companies, and what they should do and what they should avoid during their interviews or during their selection procedure to get selected?
So my advice is like during the initial stages when I was just preparing for the interview. So in that cases, like whenever I used to sit in an interview, I used to feel a bit nervous. So to remove that, first of all, they have to remove the fear of interview, and they have to start preparing by giving many more and more interviews. So if you keep giving more and more interviews, at the end the stage will come wherein you can easily crack any interview with the confidence level you will be getting. So first advice is that you start preparing even after clearing CA, you can start preparing for the interview stages. Similarly, for the group discussions, you like in ITC, there is a case study. Meanwhile, in separate companies, in other companies, people give you a topic, so you have to be updated on each and everything. Like they might give you topic on anything. You have to be confident. That is the only key to clear the GD and PI. Matlab, you have to work hard. That is, matlab, it's not a child's play that you cleared CA and now you are just stress free that yeah, मेरे को कोई भी company ले लेगा. That's not the thing. You have to work. You have to keep working. You have to keep giving interviews. You have to keep giving group discussions. Even if you are not selected, you don't have to be demotivated. There is one company always for everyone, and everyone will get the proper opportunity. And as per se, what my thing is that people who are looking for a particular profile, like I've seen recently that many young chartered accountants are only looking for investment banking profiles or the finance related profiles. So I think, yeah, that's good that you are initially keeping a proper goal to yourself that you have to go into this particular sector, but don't limit yourself. Like, since you have done CA, you are experienced in many other fields, so why are you limiting yourself to that one particular profile or that one particular job? You have to keep searching. If you are not getting your desirable job, you have to you have to start working. You have to keep getting the work experience. Meanwhile, you can work on your skills which is required for that particular job profile. Keep updating yourself. That's the only key takeaway. Like, if you keep getting updated, if you keep working hard towards a particular thing, you will achieve it. So it doesn't matter, but don't restrict yourself to a particular profile only. Like, मेरे को investment banking करना है तो हम investment banking के लिए ही बैठा रहेगा. It's been 3 months, it's been 4 months, हम दूसरा company का interview नहीं देगा. That is not the thing. You cannot do that. You have to join a company. You have to get the work experience. You have to adapt to the corporate culture. ऐसा नहीं है कि if you join an investment banking firm and you don't know anything about a corporate culture, you don't know how to send a proper formal mail, you don't know how to talk to a corporate client, then it won't work, na? Even if you are knowledgeable, if you are not presentable, it's the same thing. So you have to be knowledgeable, you have to be presentable, and for that you have to keep gaining the work experience. So that's my key basically that's my point which I need to put to the chartered accountants. Yeah.
Correct. Exactly. That even if we have students have cleared chartered accountancy, but still they need to work hard to get placed at the good companies in which they desire. It's not that simply qualifying chartered accountancy will help, but as well as building up the knowledge base and keeping pace with the amendments or the changes happening in the economy as well as the financial sector will help them to get placed at a desirable company and help them to excel in the interview as well as the GD round.
Exactly.
Correct. Thank you so much, Rahul, for joining this Career Talk program and sharing your experience with all of us. And I am sure that it will surely help many of the young qualified chartered accountants who will now appear in the various ICI campus placement companies or say off campus. So once again, thank you. And if the newly qualified chartered accountant want to have a discussion on whether they have which company they should select or want to have a general discussion on the interview question, then I'll mention the link. I will give the link of the Telegram group in the description box. They can join there and ask question directly from me. Thank you.
That would be great, Rishabh. Thank you for inviting me, and I think you are doing a great job. Keep it up, and all the best, bro.
Thank you.